Elden Ring is an excellent game. And if you want to play similar games like Elden Ring, then watch this video completely, because in this video, I will show you the 10 best games like Elden Ring. So without wasting any more time, let's start. The first game of this video is Demon's Souls Remake. The game incorporates entirely new assets that work together to produce one of the most complex video game environments while also making use of next-generation system capabilities. Aside from being one of the best-looking console games right now, it preserves the beauty and charm of the original game, complete with the hard combat from games. Next up we have Middle-earth: Shadow of War. Middle-earth: Shadow of War is a sequel to Shadow of Mordor that expands on the original's open-world architecture. As an action RPG, the game presents you as a warrior who shares his body with a strong spirit that offers him magical powers to wage battle against his adversaries. The Nemesis system, which imparts unique attributes to dead opponents and allows them to reappear stronger than before, is the driving drive behind these games. Next up we have Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. You play as a dark and mysterious shinobi on a journey to avenge the samurai who severed his arm and abducted his lord. Instead of riding a horse around the globe, your shinobi may utilize a grappling hook to reach critical vantage spots and gain an advantage over his opponents. Next up we have Mortal Shell. Mortal Shell is an action RPG created by Cold Symmetry that takes set in a dark and horrific underworld populated with fierce, monstrous animals. Enemies in this game, like Elden Ring, are both challenging and intriguing owing to their powerful assaults and cryptic designs, as well as how they interact with the world around them. Next up we have Shadow of the Colossus. Shadow of the Colossus, a PS2 classic in which you play as a traveling hero charged with defeating 16 huge animals in order to save a princess. While there is no combat, overcoming each colossi takes rapid reflexes as you attempt to climb up their gigantic bodies without being knocked off and falling to your doom. The next game on our list is Bloodborne. You'll be confronted with a slew of unearthly monsters throughout dramatic settings in the game. Bloodborne's adversaries, like those in any other Souls-like game, will assault relentlessly, leaving you with little to no room to recuperate or prepare your next move. It's far more action-oriented than previous from games, with a strong focus on mobility and evading while enabling you to dominate each fight with backstabbing strikes and gun parrying. Next up we have Dragon's Dogma: Dark Arisen. The game takes you to a dark magical land governed by a terrible dragon that your character must destroy. However, before that confrontation can take place, you must first defeat a slew of legendary monsters that inhabit the game's open universe. While not as difficult as Elden Ring, fighting in Dark Arisen requires you to juggle numerous systems as well as additional party members eager to assist in battle. Next up we have Dark Souls Remastered. Given that it was launched in 2011, the game features one of the most distinctive and linked landscapes at the time, as well as some of the series' most difficult boss fights. Whether you haven't played it in a long or want to see how Dark Souls compares to Elden Ring, this is one of those suggestions that never goes out of vogue. Next up we have Monster Hunter Rise. Monster Hunter Rise and Elden Ring may not appear to have much in common at first glance, but if you look closely, you'll notice that they do. For one thing, both require you to explore enormous regions in search of giant creatures and whittle away their massive health bars with strategic assaults. Furthermore, opponents in both games have distinct attack patterns and behaviors that need analysis in order to stay alive and decide the optimal reaction. The last game of this video is The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is one of the Zelda series' most ambitious and daring installments. The game abandons the game's predecessor's tight, dungeon-based structure in favor of an open-world architecture that invites exploration, curiosity, and discovery at every step. Its strengths cannot be exaggerated simply because other games have attempted to replicate the same model with little or no success. So that's the list of 10 best games like Elden Ring to play in 2022. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel Games Puff and press the bell icon for more gaming videos.